In this video, we embark on an extraordinary journey into the realm of scary unexplained sounds. From spine-tingling howling in the forest to the eerie sounds of the earth, we explore a range of unidentified audios that have baffled experts and armchair detectives alike. With your help, we aim to shed light on these mysteries that so far have defied conventional explanation. So sit back, hit those lights, and prepare to cover your ears. The nighttime shriek of Forest Grove. In February 2016, a high-pitched noise was heard intermittently at night in Forest Grove, Oregon. The piercing sound that lasted just a few minutes at a time was initially just an annoyance for the local residents. However, when the media got hold of the story, speculation mounted about what the mysterious sound was, and for some, finding the source of the sound became an obsession for them. A physics professor from the nearby Pacific University even created a crowdsourced map and encouraged people to drop a pin where they heard the noise and note the date and time, in the hopes of collecting enough data to figure out where it was coming from. However, ultimately the map didn't provide an explanation, and speculation was right. For the local police force, the noise was becoming a distraction after they received over 200 calls about the sound and were forced to issue a light-hearted but terse warning to the public to stop calling, saying they believed it was a prank. Theories about the ear-offending sound racket range from mating Sasquatches to the sound of the 7 trumpets that biblically indicated the end of time. Take a listen to this. Strangely, on the 26th of February 2016, just weeks after it was first heard, the ear-splitting sound fell silent and hasn't been heard since. There is no explanation, the source was never discovered, and all that is left is speculation. What's your thoughts and theories on this one? Dogman. YouTube channel The Cumbrian Outdoors is a channel dedicated to the activities of a hunter in Montgomery County, Tennessee. The creator and narrator makes the videos to share his experience and knowledge of hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, and outdoor equipment. And most of his videos are just that. However, in March 2022, he posted a video titled Strange Howling in the Tennessee Woods. At the start of the video, he explains that he has been reluctant to post it, but wanted to see if his viewers had experienced the same thing as he had. He went on to say that he was out squirrel hunting the previous weekend when he heard a strange howling that in all his years as an outdoorsman had never heard before. At first he thought it may be coyotes, but noted that it didn't seem like their usual call. As someone who has spent most of his life outdoors, he knew all the sounds of the forest, naming specific birds and creatures that he was familiar with, but this sound had baffled him. Initially he recorded the howling on his phone, although the quality isn't great. Take a listen.
You're out here in the woods and everything gets quiet. You hear all kinds of weird noises. I'll tell you what, it sounds like it moved. There, you hear it. Don't know what in the world that is.
Then, as it got darker, he heard the sound again and recorded it on his video camera. Take a listen.
Well, folks, whatever that is, it was howling a while ago. It started up again. I don't know what it is. Sounds like there's some coyotes, but there's something else.
He seemed genuinely concerned about what was making the screeching sound and asked for help in the comments, but probably wasn't expecting some of the answers he got, and some urged him to properly protect himself. It seemed that most of the commenters believed it to be the sound of Dogman, a cryptid described as a huge blue-eyed bipedal canine-like animal with the torso of a man, and a fearsome howl that sounds like a human scream, originally witnessed in Michigan. Take another listen.
I don't know what it is.
Sounds like there's some coyotes, but there's something else.
What do you think that was? What are these sounds high in Earth's atmosphere that cannot be identified? In May 2023, a solar-powered balloon mission detected a strange repeating infrasound in the stratosphere that has left scientists baffled. The balloon launched from Sandia National Laboratories in California recorded the sound in the stratosphere, a region of the Earth's atmosphere that's around 31 miles above the planet. This is a place that is normally relatively calm and free from storms, turbulence and commercial air traffic, enabling microphones on board the balloons to pick up sounds of the planet, both natural and human-made. On this occasion, along with the expected sounds, the microphone picked up an unfamiliar strange repeating noise that was completely alien to scientists, who have no idea what it is. The sounds were recorded in the infrasound range, meaning they were at frequencies of 20 Hz and lower, well below the range of the human ear. The sound in this recording has been sped up 1,000 times to be audible. Take a listen. To date, scientists have no idea what makes those sounds. We'd love to hear in the comments what you make of them. Sonic weapon attacks on US ambassadors. In November 2016, around 3 weeks after Donald Trump was elected President of the United States, an American working at the US Embassy in Havana, Cuba, complained about hearing strange noises outside his home. The noises were so distressing that he was forced to close all the doors and windows to his house and turn up the TV to drown out the piercing sound. His neighbour, who also worked at the embassy, heard the noise as well, which he described as mechanical sounding. A few months later, another embassy worker suffered hearing loss that he attributed to a strange noise in his head. Before long, more and more embassy employees started falling ill, with memory loss, hearing problems, headaches, and mental distress. In all, 24 US embassy officials were affected and were eventually ordered to return to the US for testing and treatment. The media soon got hold of the story and speculated that the mysterious sound was an attack, possibly some acoustic weapon that had been secretly aimed at the diplomats. The Trump administration agreed and decided that foul play was to blame. However, it is worth remembering that using a sound as a weapon is a tough thing to do. Noise dissipates quickly, meaning the sound would need to be really loud to start with, to be able to injure its target. To damage someone from a distance, a sonic weapon would have to emit a sound above 130 decibels, a roar comparable to 4 jet engines outside a house. This blast would deafen everybody in the vicinity, not just a single person. A recording of the alleged sound the workers heard was leaked online by the Associated Press. Take a listen.
American government workers in Havana who were hearing these unexplained sounds in their residences and later developed physical symptoms.
After its release, it was suggested that embarrassingly, that was the sound of a cricket, specifically a Jamaican field cricket, and although they are known to be loud, they are not loud enough to cause deafness or brain disturbance. Another line of inquiry was an infrasound, a sound wave below the range of human hearing, or alternatively an ultrasound that is above our hearing range. However, the conclusion on both counts was that there was no sonic cause to the physical symptoms experienced by the diplomats. Despite there being no evidence of an attack, the Trump administration downgraded the postings to the US Embassy in Cuba to a standard tour of duty, a status usually reserved for the most dangerous embassies in the world, such as South Sudan and Iraq. Soon, a new sonic theory emerged from scientists at the University of Michigan. They concluded that ultrasound signals from an everyday device, such as a burglar alarm or a motion detector, mixed with those from a secret surveillance system, could produce a sound like the YouTube cricket. However, this new theory was largely dismissed without further investigation. So what exactly was going on here? There was no denying the embassy workers did, and some still do suffer from a wide range of symptoms, including balance issues, visual impairments, tinnitus, sleep disorders, dizziness, nausea, headaches, and problems thinking or remembering. If they were not attacked by a sonic weapon, what did happen to them? Well, apparently, conversion disorder, better known as mass hysteria, is the likely cause, according to experts. Defined as the rapid spread of illness signs and symptoms among members of peer groups, sickness by association. We're not sure about you, but that doesn't seem to be the most plausible explanation for what is now known as Havana syndrome, and doesn't explain why some of the victims are still experiencing debilitating symptoms to this day. Could it be that this sound was the real cause? Take another listen. The Bristol Hum. For decades, it's a mystery that has baffled residents of a southwestern city in the UK called Bristol. An unknown eerie noise has plagued their days and disturbed their night's sleep, known as the Bristol Hum. The sound first came to prominence in 1979 when it made international headlines after residents were driven to distraction by the haunting din. In the years that have followed, the hum has become more pronounced and reached other areas of the UK, although it is still predominantly heard in the Bristol area. Theories as to what causes it include UFOs, power lines, and nearby wind farms. However, the truth is, nobody really knows where it comes from. Some residents have been so disturbed by it, they claim it makes their life a misery, and there are claims that when it was first heard in the 70s, it resulted in depression and suicide, although these are claims we cannot substantiate. However, strangely, not everyone can hear it. Only about 1 in 50 experience the annoying low hum that comes and goes, although everyone who can hear it identifies common factors, such as it only being heard indoors. It is a low rumbling noise, it is louder at night, and more common in rural areas. It has been recorded on several occasions, so take a listen. One particularly interesting recording was made in lockdown, when there was a silence in the area, apart from wind and wildlife. Take a listen.
Listen.
There has been ongoing research into the phenomena, and senior French scientist claims the weird droning sound is caused by the pressure of waves vibrating on the ocean floor. He believes the continuous force of the waves on the seafloor generates seismic waves, which cause the Earth to oscillate, producing sounds which can last from 13 to 300 seconds. Now, what we find strange about this sound is that it's claimed that only 2% of the population can hear it because they are particularly sensitive to low frequencies. But all of the team here can hear the recordings, so that doesn't make much sense. Would be interesting to know if you can hear the sound on the audio, or if you live in Bristol or the surrounding areas and have ever heard the mysterious hum. Let us know in the comments below. So that's 5 mysterious sounds that as of today have not been solved. We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories on these, and if you've ever experienced a strange sound that you could not explain, and even have a recording of it, send it in to mystory@top5s.co.uk so we can take a listen. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video.